decided upon the shadowy restlessness which I observed in him, and to which the animation which he appeared to feel on such subjects, and his apparent indifference to all by which he was more immediately surrounded, gave fresh strength. This wish I first hinted, and then expressed. His answer, though I had partly expected it, gave me all the pleasure of surprise. He consented, and after the requisite arrangement, we commenced our voyages. After journeying through various countries of the south of Europe, our attention was turned towards the east, according to our original destination, and it was in my progress through these regions that the incident occurred upon which will turn what I may have to relate. The constitution of Darvel, which must from his appearance have been in early life more than usually robust, had been for some time gradually giving away, without the intervention of any apparent disease. He had neither cough nor hectic. Yet he became daily more enfeebled. His habits were temperate, and he neither declined nor complained of fatigue, yet he was evidently wasting away. He became more and more silent and sleepless, and at length so seriously altered that my alarm grew proportionate to what I conceived to be his danger. We had determined, on our arrival at Smyrna, on an excursion to the ruins of Ephesus and Sardis, from which I endeavoured to dissuade him in his present state of indisposition. But in vain. There appeared to be an oppression on his mind, and a solemnity in his manner, which ill corresponded with his eagerness to proceed on what I regarded as a mere party of pleasure little suited to a valetudinarian. But I opposed him no longer, and in a few days we set off together, accompanied only by a serugi and a single janizary. We had passed halfway towards the remains of Ephesus, leaving behind us the more fertile environs of Smyrna, and were entering upon that wild and tenantless tract through the marshes and defiles which lead to the few huts yet lingering over the broken columns of Diana, the roofless walls of expelled Christianity, and the still more recent but complete desolation of abandoned mosques, when the sudden and rapid illness of my companion obliged us to halt at a Turkish cemetery, the turbaned tombstones of which were the sole indication that human life had ever been a sojourner in this wilderness. The only caravanserai we had seen was left some hours behind us. Not a vestige of a town or even cottage was within sight or hope, and this city of the dead appeared to be the sole refuge of my unfortunate friend, who seemed on the verge of becoming the last of its inhabitants. In this situation, I looked round for a place where he might most conveniently repose. Contrary to the usual aspect of Mahometan burial grounds, the cypresses were in this few in number, and these thinly scattered over its extent. The tombstones were mostly fallen and worn with age. Upon one of the most considerable of these, and beneath one of the most spreading trees, Darvel supported himself in a half-reclining posture, with great difficulty. He asked for water. I had some doubts of our being able to find any, and prepared to go in search of it with hesitating despondency, but he desired me to remain, and turning to Suleiman, our janizary, who stood by us smoking with great tranquillity, he said, "Suleiman verbanasu," that is, "bring some water," and went on describing the spot where it was to be found with great minuteness, at a small well for camels, a few hundred yards to the right. The janizary obeyed. I said to Darvel, "How did you know this?" He replied, "From our situation you must perceive that this place was once inhabited, and could not have been so without springs. I have also been here before." "You have been here before? How came you never to mention this to me? And what could you be doing in a place where no one would remain a moment longer than they could help it?" To this question I received no answer. In the meantime Suleiman returned with the water, leaving the serugi and the horses at the fountain. The quenching of his thirst had the appearance of reviving him for a moment, and I conceived hopes of his being able to proceed, or at least to return, and I urged the attempt. He was silent, and appeared to be collecting his spirits for an effort to speak. He began, "This is the end of my journey and of my life. I came here to die. But I have a request to make, a command, for such my last words must be. You will observe it?" "Most certainly, but I have better hopes." "I have no hopes nor wishes but this: conceal my death from every human being." "I hope there will be no occasion, that you will recover and—" "Peace. It must be so. Promise this." "I do." "Swear it by all that—" He here dictated.